Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Ashley Middleton, and I am a student right now at Grand Canyon University. And this is part two of our collaborative model for promoting confidence and success in students with autism spectrum disorders. And we are talking about our different challenges and skills that students are going to be having. Okay. So when we look here, we're looking at the learning skills. We just finished talking about sensory skills, sensory needs, and sensory strengths. And now we're looking at learning skills where, the child understands the goal of an activity. An adult can walk away from the child and they can keep working. They can finish their work and remember how to let an adult know that they're done. All of these things are going to be necessary in the inclusive classroom. Now, a lot of this stuff seems to be focused on children who are younger, who are just starting out in inclusive settings. So you do have to think about how these things will change and adapt with older students who have been doing it for a while. But from high school right down to preschool, if this is their first chance or first attempt at being in an inclusive setting, this is going to be very helpful for the teachers, not just the special education teacher, but for the general education teacher who becomes part of this meeting and who becomes part of the process. We're also looking at environmental challenges, and we're looking at any concerns that the teacher has. Now, a lot of times when we look at concerns, we think, what concern does the general education teacher have? What concern does the parent have? And when we're doing that, we're able to see what we need to do for that student to be successful in the classroom. And that's one of the big things with inclusion. We don't want students to just be in a classroom in a general education setting. We want them to be included in the classroom. So that's everything from being included in discussions. How can we make it happen? Included in the classwork. How can we make it happen? Included in the social the social interplay of the classroom, being able to just not just stay in a classroom but make friends and have buddies. One of the common things you'll see as an accommodation is a peer buddy on an IEP. How do you actually make peer buddies happen? How do you make it work? What kind of training do you have to give students, or is it just somebody that they're going to sit next to who's not going to talk to them, who's just going to hand them a copy of their notes at the end of the class? What social skills are they going to get from being included in the classroom in addition to academic skills? How can we mold all that? Well, all those concerns are going to be listed there. And then you're going to have some IEP objectives that are going to be directly linked to the compass form. One of the issues that we've had is that we'll see that the State Department really cracks down on is that you'll see an IEP for a student in a resource class who's in general education classroom saying that they're going to pass their class. That's not an IEP goal. That is just the goal of being in school. So you have to make sure that you're developing a goal that is for that student. Okay. And then we also have a GAS form, okay? And the GAS form is the goal attainment scale form. And you're going to use this form not only just to write down your goals, but also at each and every meeting with your consultant. This is the form they're going to go over. They're going to see where you're at. When they observe the classroom, they're going to see if you're making progress toward your student attaining their goals. They're going to see how are you hitting the mark or slightly missing the mark in your classroom. They're going to see your confidence level working with the students. They're going to see your confidence in putting the interventions in place. They're going to see what they need to reteach, what they need to model. And they're also going to ask you for what they can do to help you. So it gives collaboration a little bit more of a goal in mind, and it gives collaboration a little bit more of a talking point. It's not just yeah, well, the students in my class, I'm providing IEP accommodations. I guess that's enough, right? So that's a big thing with Compass. You're not just giving them IEP accommodations. You're giving them a means to be coached on how to help students attain those necessary skills to reach their goals. And that's the difference.